Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Our first Sunday nighter of the season, the Cowboys and Rams from Los Angeles. Let's go. From the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Rams go on offense for the first time in their brand new SoFi Stadium, and the man leading the way to christen that new stadium in his 5th season now, quarterback Jared Goff.
Plenty new with the Los Angeles Rams this year. Brand new stadium, brand new uniforms. The lead running back has changed, but Jared Goff is back as the quarterback for his 5th season as the starter here with the Rams. The weapons have changed a little bit on the perimeter, but Jared Goff believes that he's going to get back to his gunslinging ways.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Goff on first down. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. So, as mentioned, Charles, you know, the regular season debut of this really beautiful new stadium in Inglewood, going to be housing the Rams and the Chargers who play next week. But, you know, what do you think? What's your first impression of it?
Oh, it's awfully favorable, Brandon, when you think about what's gone into putting this stadium together, the thought process, putting together 2 teams, the Rams and the Chargers, and what they would like to see in the stadium, and making sure it all comes together. Plus, the way that they've done things with how they're lighting this place so that it feels like an outdoor stadium, even though it's an indoor feel. You've got to give these people a ton of credit for putting this all together. A great place to house these 2 teams, and the Rams getting their shot here against the Cowboys.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Goff. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Dontari Poe, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now Dak Prescott leading the way onto the field. His 5th year now as a starter as he gets the keys again to this Dallas Cowboys offense.
You hear so many discussions about Dak Prescott. Is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Is he still ascending? What does he need to do to get there? All I know is that when he's in control of the Dallas offense, They were #1 in the league last year in terms of yards per play, and he was...
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you to Orlando. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And not to be lost with all that's going on here with the opening of this beautiful new stadium, but we still have 2 more games to get to tomorrow night before we wrap up Week 1. It starts with the Steelers and Giants from MetLife, followed by the late start, Tennessee and Denver in Mile High. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 42 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Goff on the draw play to Henderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. But it's going to be second down. Now the 6-year man from Texas, this is Malcolm Brown. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing on third, Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. And now they pause for an injured player, and that injured player is an important one. Ezekiel Elliott still down. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
From the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Now Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run with Elliott. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 35 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a...
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. He's got the first down here inside the 30. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. On 1st and 10, Goff. That'll be caught by Kupp. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles. The players on your quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. This is the player card. Here you can see your players' strengths and weaknesses by looking at their archetype ratings. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. Here's Oliver. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here come the Falcons, and at the helm, their starting quarterback since the day he was drafted back in 2008. Their all-time leading passer, Matt Ryan.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms, and this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers, but that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there, and not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. Third among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
One thing he does very well, he takes care of the football. Had 176 pass attempts to start his career without an interception. That's the most in NFL history. And finished his rookie year, 23 touchdown passes and only 4 interceptions.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Elliott. He's got the lane, and there he goes.
You don't want none. You don't want none.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Here's Oliver. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A reminder, still some good games coming up here in week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, he'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And incomplete on the deep ball. Hayden Hurst, former 1st-round pick, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Ryan. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Now the Falcons replacement for Devontae Freeman. Here's Todd Gurley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On fourth down, the Falcons trot out the rookie punter from Syracuse, Sterling Hoffrichter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
So we've reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter three. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the...
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Here's Oliver. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back now in Arlington. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Darian Thompson. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Oh, yeah. Come on, you serious?
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Dontari Poe in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. The left side completion to Jones. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Ryan able to get this to Gurley. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And now look at him go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared. I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the posts. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on.
What?
Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for that's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible.
Mike, 55.
Back to the air, Ryan after the pick 6. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Now Ryan on first down. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check. Mike 55. Mike.
Here's Ryan. Now they go screen. It's complete. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Ryan will throw again. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be taken at the 10. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Dallas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle. This is the development trait. Superstar and superstar. This is the abilities. This player has a zone ability. This is a power. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. You have grades. Browse available players to improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.
today. From Seattle, Washington, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This is DJ Reed returning. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field and see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Throwing, Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Here's Reed. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week: 19 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the safety, Darian Thompson, that time who was able to break it up. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Greg Olsen was the intended target. And it's second down. Throwing again. Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the ball.
Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Twisting away. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Here's Reed returning. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Right there, 54 Mike. Let's go, defense.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. He'll hand it off to Elliott to be. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 57 yards. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. What's that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And it's up and good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Right there. 54, right there.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Left side complete to Lockett. A gain of 6 there on first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
7 yards there and a first down. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Throwing again here. Wilson got Gordon open, completes it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Here we go again.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
To throw again, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Being chased out left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Come on, man.
So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Peoples-Jones returning. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 13 carries, 54 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Pretty move. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds.
Come on, man, come on.
Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. First down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They tried the throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Oh, no.
Well, instead of 4th down. After the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
And there's a good catch by Odell Beckham Jr. And in 2019, even though it was one of the least productive seasons of his career, he was still a 1,000-yard receiver for the 5th time. Also caught the longest reception of his career as well. An 89-yard touchdown against the Jets on a Monday night. Explosive is Odell Beckham Jr.
So we've reached it. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So still 14 yards to go, second down.
Here's Elliott. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And now Matthews couldn't really tell what happened there defensively, but he's still down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
From the red zone now, Prescott. That is caught at the 7. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Come on, man. Set the tone. You better do something.
And that'll set them back 5. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Let's go, baby.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Back now in Arlington. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great way to convert on third down there. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Mayfield looks to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. It was Gerald Worley there to knock that one free. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, I can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They're all through now in that game in Tampa. And that one belonging to the Buccaneers. Tom Brady, a touchdown pass to help lead the way. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Cowboys, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll have... This player's development trait is hidden. Put this player in your... Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week. Start your week by installing your game plan.